Hey folks, welcome back to Return of the Obra Dinn, where we are investigating the fates of the dead aboard a derelict ship, which has returned after a 6-year absence. Last time we got the basics of the game down, understood we're trying to deduce both the identity and ultimate fate of the individuals who died on this ship. We have a magic compass allowing us, or giving us some aid, and beyond that we're a little bit on our own. So let's go ahead and dive in once again. I can't remember which ones. I think we've seen this one. Chapter 7, The Doom. Okay, we have indeed seen this one. How do I quit when I'm... How do I quit when I'm in something I don't care about? I don't know if there is a way to do that. So I've seen this one already. I can exit through the door. Okay. I just have to find the door in each one. So we have seen this one. This guy was exploded by some sort of powder explosion. Trying to remember if we've seen all of these. This is the guy who was torn in half. We don't know who he is yet. We have the guy who was shot. The guy whose knife was cut. Guy stabbed or bashed in the head. We had the captain's wife. I don't think we did this one. This might be the captain. Let's find out.
Abigail, your brother, my friend, I shot him dead. I'll be with you soon, my love. Please forgive me for everything.
Okay, well, if the man that he shot was Abigail's brother, we might be able to deduce his identity. Yeah, this is all the same kind of series of events. So I'm pretty sure this is the captain. And he killed himself. He committed suicide with his pistol. I think that makes sense. I think we've understood the sequence of events correctly here. He killed himself next to his wife. I don't seem to be able to move vertically, so I can't, like, move down to get a better look at his face, but I think we know who this is and how he died. Alright, so first of all, Captain Robert Witterell committed suicide by gun. Shot himself. I think that's fine. Now, as for this individual, we think he must have been a Hosecut. Abigail Hosecut or Hosecut Witterell. In England, there is a tradition of keeping your maiden name as your middle name when you marry. So it might be, there might be a Hosecut here. Yes, William Hosecut. So this was most likely Abigail's brother and the captain's first mate. I think we have to identify him as such. Well done. 3 fates correct. Oh. 1, 2, 3. 3 lines of fates discovered. So, with that done, we can leave this memory and begin looking for other corpses to investigate. Alright, so there's 4 X's at the end. William Hoscott, the first mate, was shot with a gun by Captain Robert Witterell. An unknown soul was then knifed by him, and another unknown soul was clubbed by him. And finally, Captain Robert Witterell shot himself. Excellent. Well, I mean, not excellent for them, obviously. Not a great end for what looked like young to middle-aged people. But excellent in the sense that we have made our first steps towards successfully solving the suite of mysteries that this ship of death contains. Now, we had access to the second deck, and if I double check the ship, the deck plans, we can get down to the gun deck at least, which we may have some context clues about who might have been here. The first through fourth mates, the bosun mate, the stewards, the midshipmen. There wouldn't likely have been too many passengers here, but I suppose it depends on when and how they died as well. All right, let's head down to the gun deck. And see what we find here. Okay, so obviously there are tons of guns for combat. Locked doors. Yeah. Okay. Lots of guns. Oh, by the way, one other interesting thing. So our path... Oh, we can't hop over those. One other interesting thing. We can change the monitor type. So we can switch to an IBM, or we can switch to, like, a Zenith. We can switch to the Commodore 1084. Or the IBM 8503. There's an LCD as well. Very sharp and crisp. And then the Macintosh. I think I like the LCD for this episode. We'll go with the black and white here. The LCD. I like that. Alright, so we do have some doors that are open here. And on the deck plans, if I go back there... here's the hatch we came down. So we're in front of the bosun mate's room. And if I go to the glossary... The bosun, alternatively the boatswain or bosun, the foreman in charge of general crew operations and the equipment required to sail the ship. So kind of like a chief operating officer. A mate, officer or tradesman that supports and assists their superior. General mates help to run the ship and serve at the captain's request. Tradesman mates serve their supervisor. So this is the bosun mate's room that we're in front of. And then the bosun's room is over here. Wow, so I'm kind of shocked that there was a gun in here. Like, in the cabin. I suppose... It doesn't seem like it would be very easy to load or fire from this position. Seems a bit strange that it's in here, but it is tied down, so I suppose it was kept here. We've got some line, some sandbags, ballast, I suppose, of sorts. Or perhaps gunpowder. However, no corpse to investigate. Let's check the bosun's room. He had a hanging bed, it seems, with a work desk and a chest of drawers. Nothing else of interest that I can see, so let's leave. A couple more mates' rooms over here. Clothing, bunk... I can't open the wardrobe or interact with it, so... Alright, not much to see there. There is blood and a knife here, so there may be something of more of interest in this room. Yes, alright, we have our first corpse on the gun deck. Let's take a look.
Oh no! You're cut!
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best.
Aye.
To pull him back, to save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan! Bring the surgeon's kit!
Okay, I think that this individual is likely the mate whose cabin we're in. Neither of them should be Pete or Brennan, I suppose. Oh, there was somebody else. Oh, there's some more corpses here. Is this Brennan then, perhaps? He's listening to the call. So this individual might be Brennan. 2 dead on the floor. Quite a lot of blood. Like, a large amount of blood. Somebody else rushing down the ladder, I guess? Not stairs. They're ladders on ships. Anything else we can deduce? I think the only thing we can safely guess, or reasonably guess, is that this is the mate whose cabin we're in. Escape. All right. So this is okay. So this is the midshipman cabin. I guess I went further. I guess I wasn't quite as far along as I thought. So I checked the bosun mate and bosun room, and then here we had the steward's room and the midshipman room. So if we take a look at I still don't understand how these work, these bookmarks. Let me go back to escape. So how do I... No, that's not right. So I can bookmark these memories, right? Okay. First memory 84, perished in escape part 6. Show memories on deck map, depicted in Justice and Sea sketch. Okay. So... Oh no, you're cut. The dying person says, don't leave me. Bear up, son, I'll stay with you. We don't know really who that is. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back, to save him. You tell her yourself, Brennan, get the surgeon's kit. Well, how did they die? They were cut. Electrocuted, expired. I'm not sure whether they were knifed or hit with a sword, though. Speared could be it as well. Three others were present. The first mate. Oh! Okay, so that's the first mate who was in the midshipman's room. This guy was knifed. We don't know about him. So the first mate, was he a midshipman, perhaps? Let's take a look at the crew list, the manifest. So let's go down and look at midshipmen. There were 3 midshipmen, Peter Milroy, Thomas Lanky, and Charles Herstick. The only reason I'm wondering if he was a midshipman was that he came to his own cabin. Or he was in his cabin. Likely wasn't Peter, so if it is a midshipman, it could be Thomas or Charles. Now, who is Brennan? I don't see the name Brennan. Robert, William, Edward, Martin, John, Alfred, Charles, Henry, James, Winston, Marcus, Thomas, Emil, Christian, Olus, Duncan, Finley, Edward, Abigail, Nunzio, Emily, Jane, Bun Lan, Itbang, Chio, Hawk Sang, Zungi, Philip, Paul, Samuel, Roderick, Davy, Peter, Thomas, Charles, Omid, Timothy, Huang Li, Jizang, Li Hong, Wei Li, Nicholas, Maba Lewis, Leonid Alarcus. That's an interesting name. I've never heard the name Alarcus before. Alexei, Nathan, Lars, John, Renfred, Abraham, William, Solomon, Hamadou, Henry, Alexander, Patrick, George, Shirley, Samuel. None of those is Brennan, unless Brennan is some sort of a title. So it's the first mate and one of the midshipmen perhaps dying. And then this guy seems to be this Brennan character. And now that we're in this memory, the stopwatch is demanding that I click it and do something. I guess we're going to look at these other dead folks. I didn't really get anything for what was going on in there.
What's all this, you damn fool?
So this guy had a pistol, maybe shot the other guy, and then was attacked with a club? By I don't know who. I can't, like, it's hard to tell, it's hard to learn the faces. There's too many people. This guy was rushing down. Is this? I don't know who's who. I don't recognize people. There's another dead body. So the guy who got cut wasn't in here yet. Or maybe he was crawling in here? It does look like he was stabbed in the back. And he was crawling into this room. And then maybe this is the first mate? And this guy smashed this guy in the back of the head after he shot that guy, maybe? What is going on? Why is everybody murdering each other? There's a lot of murder happening on this ship. All right, so we're not sure who this is, but we have a pretty good idea how they were killed. They were clubbed. I'm not sure who the clubber was. The first mate has a beard, but no mustache. And a tricorn hat, I guess. I think this is the guy who was doing the knifing, right? Or the clubbing? And this is not easy. What are these? What are these? These are other bookmarks that I can navigate to. Okay. That's not the first mate. I think that's the first mate. He's got the full beard and the little soul patch. He doesn't have his tricorn hat, but he does have like the scarf and the blue jacket. I think that's the first mate. So he was coming down here to help this kid, possibly a midshipman, because he was crawling to his room, maybe? Could be. And then over here, this dude, who I don't know who he is, shot that dude, who I don't know who he is, and was then clubbed by this dude, who was involved in some other stuff, but I don't know who he is either. Maybe the bosun? I don't have a good way to identify him, except he's got that hat. He's clean shaven. He's got like a little scarf that he wears. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Let's see what the, what does the pocket watch want? This guy? This guy got shot in the face. But who was he? And why? Alright, the spirit of the pocket watch, or the compass, is taking us in circles. All right. Let's see why you got shot in the face, or what happened, who said what.
You know, Captain cannot be trusted.
You have a plan?
Yes. Take ship and sail east. Trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Hey, who's there?
Mutiny! Mutiny!
Fresh bastard!
Good God. All right, well. So someone loyal to the captain, sounded like a young man, overheard this discussion. And I will say that whoever it was sounded like they didn't speak English as their first language. I wish I could see your face a little better, dude. Shooter. I want to see the shooter's face. So he shot this guy, then someone came down and clubbed him in the back of the head. This guy, whoever he was, this midshipman, was already struggling away? Or maybe someone else got involved. So this guy was maybe the guy plotting mutiny, and then this fresh-faced midshipman overheard and made the call for mutiny. He got stabbed in the back, maybe by this guy whose head is blown off. And then, it could be this guy. Although, if this guy had a gun, why would he have stabbed him? Yikes. I think the guy who did the shooting, like, stumbled upon, was maybe an officer who heard the call for mutiny and came down too late to save the midshipman. Captain cannot be trusted. You have a plan? Yes, we take ship and sail east. Trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Oh, who's there? Mutiny, mutiny, fresh bastard. No. Yeah, I think this guy, like, my instinct is that whoever this is, they're Russian. 6 others were present. The captain was present? Okay. Hoscut was present. Where was the captain in that scene? Was he the one doing the shooting? He might have been. I'm not sure how many people would have guns on the ship aside from the captain. It's a good way to maintain control and authority, to have a weapon that powerful that nobody else has access to. And we know he had a gun because he used it to kill Hoscut later. So maybe the shooter was the captain who heard the call to mutiny? Can I rewatch? So as for who this is, what is this? Escape Part 4? Let me go to the manifest again. So, who's from Russia? Anyone? There was a topman and a seaman from Russia. A topman and 2 seamen. The one making the plan might have been the topman, Leonid Volkov, just because he would be senior to these other 2. I don't know if he was speaking to another Russian or if he was speaking to someone else in the crew. So it could be one of these 3, Leonid, Alarkus, or Alexei. That's how it feels to me, but I don't have a good way to know yet. Let's check the glossary. I'm not quite sure. I think topmen are ones who climb the rigging and go up, but I'm not sure. Let's check the difference between topmen and seamen. I actually want to go to the table of contents here. So, topman, higher rated seaman specializing in work above the deck in a sails and rigging. Low-level crew member responsible for general manual labor on and below deck. Yeah, so whoever the topman is would be the senior of those 3 Russians, but I don't know if that tells us for sure that that's the person who was there. Is this the captain? I can't really tell. I can't see his face very well. What he's wearing does not really look captainish. But this guy was definitely shot in the face, so we can do that. This person's face appears blurred throughout the book. This blurring indicates that you don't yet have sufficient information to determine their identity. Their fate may be known and can be entered now. Trying to name them while their face is blurred would be unproductive. Alright, fair enough. Carry on and pay attention. Faces will become unblurred when the information necessary to identify them has been revealed in some way. Alright, well, he was shot. I don't know who the attacker is, but I don't know for certain. I can't see this guy's face very well. Yeah, the game kind of won't let me see it. I can see the side of it, but I don't think that's the captain's face. It doesn't feel right. And I can't crouch, so I can't get lower to get a better angle on it. Alright, we're getting little bits and pieces of information here and there. The compass wants me to click it. It's sending me violin noises. Where am I going now? What does it want me to do? Go up on deck and look at these idiots? Oh, this. Oh, look, somebody's being tossed overboard. Wow, okay.
Let them go!
Wow. We've seen these two before. I think that's the first mate. And this guy is his, like, lackey who seems to go everywhere with him. Let them go. Somebody was trying to escape off the side of the ship on like a lifeboat or something. This lady has a shotgun and definitely killed this dude. I don't know who said let them go. Oh, that's the captain, right? Yeah, that's the captain. He's got his gun. Yeah, that's the captain. I don't know who's behind him. What are you doing, dude? You're racing up the ladder? Captain is aiming his gun at this guy, saying, let them go. This guy's dead. Alright, so you were killed by a shotgun by some lady. Alright, Jesus. A lot of death and dismemberment on this ship. Yeah, unknown soul. The face is still blurry. But he was shot. I mean, with a gun. By a woman? And there's too many women on board. We don't know who that was. Alright, let's find out what happened to this guy. Unlocking as many memories as we can and putting them in chronological order may help us understand the series of events and give us better insight into who and what happened.
Last one. Move quick.
Boy! You'll not take the last push!
Oh, look out!
Okay, so he was stabbed with a sword. He was trying to get people off the ship. Now, he could be Paul, perhaps. Yeah, the woman who's crawling for him is right here. There's not another... Well, there's a woman down there as well. But this guy could be Paul. Man, I really wish there was an up and down. I wish I could change the camera's position vertically. But this guy was like, you'll not take the last boat. The first mate was rushing to the scene. Somebody wanted to stop this guy. I think this is the guy who got killed by the shotgun. It makes it, you can't see their faces. It's really annoying. I think this might have been the woman calling out, Paul, look out. Maybe? So could this be Paul? Part 2 here. Okay. Last one, move quick. Oh, you'll not take the last boat. Paul, look out. And then the captain someone calls stop. I think the captain let them go. No, damn. Yeah, he gets stabbed. I think this guy is Paul. So let's look for guys named Paul, I guess. Yeah, it's doing a full page when I scroll here. Paul Moss, first mate steward from Wales, could be. Oh, there's some other unknowns here. That's kind of strange. Yeah, there's only the one Paul. I think we'll say Paul Moss. And he was killed with a sword by an unknown attacker. All right. A corpse down below that the compass wants me to investigate next. On the gun deck. So in the memory, I have to go find it and click on it, and then I have to re-navigate it outside of the memory. It's a little bit of an odd mechanic. But that's okay. Where's it going? No, it was over here. Yeah, it's this guy. All right. Oh, I can cancel. That's what happened.
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
It's the squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
That. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
Okay. Well, this guy's missing an arm, from what I can tell. Perhaps they were all fighting the beast together? One of these should maybe be the medical officer? I'm not sure. The ship's surgeon? I gather this guy was one of the Frenchmen on board and was asking after his friend or countryman. And there were there was a nickname there, the Squid. I'm pretty sure I've learned that that's the first mate, William. So, I mean, he lost an arm. Did he bleed to death here? Now, this is interesting. The face is clear, so it suggests we have enough information to determine who he is. Perhaps this is where we start navigating the memories. How do I rewatch the memory? This is clear as well. So if there are two Frenchmen... Show memories on deck map. Okay. Escape part 1, that's where he died. The Doom Part 7, the Doom Part 8. And then his death. So the Doom Part 7 was his friend getting ripped apart. I guess he was on deck for that. He had the nickname of the Squid. And then Part 8, he was maybe chatting with Abigail when she died. So, let's see. Frenchman, we had Charles Minor, the bosun's mate. Any other Frenchmen? Well, hold on a minute. If... Put me down, let me go. The dead man. Easy now, you're in a bad way. The Squid, where's my Frenchman? The Squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart. Your mate. Okay, hold on a minute. So, if I go to the table of contents here and look at the crew... There was only one person from France, the Frenchman, who got torn in half. Charles Minor was the bosun's mate, which means the man that we're looking at is the bosun, Alfred Klestel. Okay, if I'm right, I think even if there's another Frenchman, there wouldn't be another mate? Yeah, I don't see any. Okay, I think we have enough to identify these people now. So, okay. Charles Minor was torn in half, and Alfred Klestel is the person we're working on. Right? So, let's go to memories, and go to the first memory. Right, Charles Minor, the bosun's mate, was torn apart by a terrible beast. Okay. And then... this, in the officer's mess, is the bosun, Alfred Klestel. And he seems to have lost an arm. He bled out, burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned. Eaten, electrocuted, expired. I don't know what expired means. Exploded, fell, froze, illness, killed with a sword, knifed, poisoned, shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck, suicide. I mean, the closest thing is to suggest that his arm was ripped off. Is that right? Axed? Burned? I think I might leave this as unknown. I don't know that I mean, he bled out. 5 others were present. So, the bosun is Alfred Klestel. First mate is William Hoscut. The captain is Robert Witterell. Put me down. Let me go. Curse like that does not live for nothing. And then he bled out. I don't... I don't know what I don't know if we can we can identify who he is, but I'm not entirely sure how he died. I don't think we can set that until we know more. Maybe his arm got cut off with an axe or something. I think that's all I can do for now, but at least we identified a couple people. So we're back in this memory. I wish there was a way to get a better look at their faces. I mean, there is a zoom. Yeah, that's Alfred. I guess I can do it this way to kind of get a confirmation of who I'm looking at. That's Alfred Klestel, the bosun. This is some guy whose face is blurry, so we don't know who he is. Don't know who he is. Don't know who this is either. What about you? That's the captain. Okay. Or no, is that the captain or is, yeah, that's the captain, right? Let me double check the Life at Sea sketch here. The captain, right. Robert Witterell. Yeah, he's got the mustache to go with the beard and the soul patch. So over here we have the bosun. These guys are all firing at somebody. We apparently have enough information to identify this individual because his face is clear, but we haven't done so yet. Now, where is the bosun's mate? Yeah, we've missed some things apparently because there's a number of guys that I don't know who they are that the game says we should be able to identify. Abigail Hoscott Witterell. Yeah, okay. Should be able to identify some of these women as well, apparently. I've missed some things. Interesting. There he is. There's the bosun's mate, Charles Minor. Oh man, this game is really interesting. So, I guess I have to leave the memory here? Wow. Disappearances. What? 4 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are cataloged here. Okay. I mean, escaped? Went somewhere? I think they got on. I think they got on the board. I think they got on the lifeboat and escaped, but I don't know where they went, and I don't know how to determine their fates. Wow. All right. Game is really, really fascinating. I feel like. How do I put this? I feel like I'm missing some things here and there, but we're making enough progress that I'm satisfied that we're slowly starting to piece things together. The blurry face thing, clear face thing, that's a good indicator of things we can work on, right? So if there's a clear face that we haven't identified, the game has told us we have enough information to identify them. We just have failed to do so far. But I'm happy we figured out the mate, the bosun and the bosun's mate. And we're making progress, right? We're starting to piece together events. There was a lot of violence on the ship. There was mutiny. There was something about fish and shells worth money, a haul, I guess, that they were collecting to sell at their port of call in the Orient. We know that there was a Kraken attack that was possibly, or a giant squid or octopus attack. There was some sort of a curse was mentioned. And that maybe there's, I mean, we know there is a cult in this world because we're investigating memories of people's deaths. We have some sort of ability to view the moment of death and like gather a few bits of information, a few seconds on either side of the event. And there were 200 deaths on this ship, so we got a lot of work ahead of us. But I feel like that's a good place to take a break. We've uncovered a few more things. We've got a lot of work to do. We know what's ahead of us. There's a whole story of what happened on this ship to uncover, as well as the fates of all 200 souls that were aboard her. and their relationships and who did what, and it's all very, very interesting. But we're going to have to wait till next time to get into more of it, because I feel like that's a good place to take a break. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll be back with more of the return of the Obra Dinn and this mysterious occult gameplay in the next episode. Hope to see you there. And until then, take care.